Hey guys, today we're going to be talking about Blaze, and Blaze is an all-in tank or heavy CC solo laner who dominates in tight areas. His meta build is... Now, the challenge about a meta build for Blaze is he has a lot of very situational talents, and he also has builds that work a little bit better in the solo lane versus in the main tank role. So I'm only actually going to share one particular role, and this one is one that can work in every situation. And yes, I'm using Combustion, and yes, you normally see all of the high-ranked players using Bunker, but this is a beginner's guide, and the usage of Bunker is going to be pretty difficult for beginners to get hang of, so this particular build is one that every beginner can use on Blaze to work out. In terms of common maps, Blaze works on every map, so it's not about the maps, it's more about the team comps and whether or not you can actually use Blaze. My big problem with Blaze is he doesn't have an escape, so if you charge in, you either need to be the second one charging in, or you need to make sure that the enemies don't have any way to completely punish you for charging in, like a Garrosh to flip you after you charge in. On to what I recommend practicing. Honestly, the main piece that I recommend practicing a lot on Blaze is getting used to his W's and knowing that his W, so in the particular build that I recommend, your W does not slow when it's on fire. So what I recommend is understanding the range of your W and getting used to slowing the enemies in the path that they're going while also not lighting your oil on fire. Instead, using your Q either before you toss your oil or using your Q after they leave the oil. Because the second that you light it on fire, it no longer slows. So you can see a giant slow on someone, and then the second that you light it on fire, if they were to try to leave, which they're not leaving, let's toss it right here, and look, they're no longer slowed while they're on fire. So oftentimes the damage is not worth the amount of slow it actually is, which is why I highly recommend practicing Blaze without lighting your oil on fire and simply using it just to slow down the enemies, particularly in the direction that they're going. The faster you can get out your oil, the better, and understanding the different sides of it is also important. Sometimes I like to place oil in long directions where they're trying to go so that they can't really move up or around it. If you simply just do it in this way, they're not going to walk all the way through this, they're just going to walk up this way and leave. So by placing it sometimes behind them in a long line, it forces them to walk through the entire thing. By also picking up the level 4 talent where it makes it wider, it makes it to where you can do it long ways and it's still really scary. For example, we can walk over this way and toss down an oil, and we can cover the entire exit that they need to go through. And all of these are really powerful tools while using your oil, so I think practicing oil is the most important thing you need to be practicing on Blaze. The next important thing is knowing the delay as well as the charge time for your E. It does take a little bit to get rolling, and it does have a travel time. So understanding the angles that are hard to land with your E, and also knowing when to use your E out of a bush so they don't know that you're on your way. After charging them, it's nice to immediately slow them down. So in this case, we're going to charge in, and we're going to slow their escape path, and we're also going to slow another escape path, just making it very difficult for them to get out. If you can follow up a stun with a good slow, it's a really powerful technique. The other thing that I like to do is sometimes use a slow to make it to where it's harder for them to get out. So in this case, I see her up there, I do a slow, and then she's going to be slowed, and I land this, do another slow, and then you can get right on and doing a lot of damage. So those are the things that I recommend practicing on Blaze before you really get into some major games, and understand that if you charge in, you have no escape. There are a lot of tricks that you can do. I mean, Blaze also has the fact that he can heal off of his own fire, and there's a lot of little gimmicks that you can do, but overall, those are the main ones that I would recommend you practicing. Thank you so much for watching, and feel free to check out my other videos.